Welcome to another episode of the Greater Culture Podcast. Excited to be joined by two members from the gym here. We've got Kyle and Cassidy Scarsfava with us today. Excited to learn a little bit more about them and hear about their journey. So, Kyle and Cassidy, thanks for being on the podcast today.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So, love for folks to just get to know you all a little bit more. So, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So we're Kyle and Cassidy. Met in high school through mutual friends. Started dating there shortly after. Ended up going to college together. It's been over 11 years we've been together now. I got married last year, and we've been through it all, ups and downs. So we do everything together.
Yeah. Lived in Fuquay now 4 years. Bought our house like right out of college. But yeah, we love Fuquay. That's great.
So 11 years, and that whole time you've been together. No breakups or anything?
Maybe a few.
Yeah.
There was one we were very young for a few months.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, been pretty steady since then.
That's impressive, especially for high school sweethearts. You usually have some years where you're kind of figuring it out, but then navigate it after that.
Yeah.
So at what point in time did you know that, hey, this is the person that I want to be with?
I think for me, we just became best friends. I think that was, we were attracted to each other and did everything together, and we just found ourselves always hanging out, and we became best friends. And, just kind of stuck together since then.
Yeah. I think for me, it was us growing together was good. Once we, went through that high school phase and then the college phase and then post-grad phase, it kind of was like, okay, we're together. We're going to continue to grow together. So, yeah. Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about life post-college. So did you move to Fuquay right away after college, or was that a job that brought you this way, or what happened there?
We actually moved in with his mom post-college. She lives in Garner, so not far. She let us live rent-free, which was nice. Save up some money post-college. Yeah. And then we just started kind of the house search. His job at the time was in Morrisville, and I was teaching in Raleigh. But we knew we wanted a little quaint town that we could grow in and maybe start a family someday. So found our house in Fuquay, loved it and bought it, and we're still there.
Yeah. And since that time, teacher, working in medical sales, things have changed a little bit. So what are the career fields that you all are in now?
Yeah, I work for the town of Fuquay now. I plan all of the programs and the camps that we offer for both of our community centers.
So I think we both made a career change, mine more recently. So I was in medical courier service and just recently left that to start my own business doing meal prep. Cooking's always been a hobby of mine, something I've always wanted to do. We're young, we're pretty stable, and decided that it's a good opportunity to give it a shot and something we've always wanted to do. We both have made a career change here recently.
Yeah,
excited. I was a little disappointed, though, when I realized that when I had complaints about adult softball, Cassidy couldn't help me out.
Athletics is not my thing.
Probably a good thing to stay away from the adult side. And we're waiting for Kyle to start announcing that he's going to bring some samples of some of his meal prep stuff to the gym, because we're excited for that as well.
Yeah.
So talk to us about when you transition from college. I always think when folks are making that transition and then they start to figure out I kind of got to figure out this whole health and wellness and being fit type of thing. So what was your experience or journey like post-college of trying to navigate and figure out your own health and wellness?
Well, back in college, we did 75 hard, and that's kind of what kickstarted our health journey. We both were pretty bad eating habits, no exercising. So started 75 hard, and that we both lost substantial weight. It's kind of started our exercise journey. And then obviously post college, we gained a little of that back and kind of got lazy in our habits. So we started going to Planet Fitness in Fuquay. But Kyle was way more dedicated than I was. I struggled very much with accountability. So that's kind of what kickstarted that. And then from there, we just needed something a little more, something more that I looked forward to. Because I always saw those videos that's if you're dreading your fitness, then it's not the fitness that you should be doing. And I despised going to Planet Fitness every day. I was like, do we really have to go? Let's skip. Let's go do something else. But Kyle, on the other hand, was very accountable. I wanted to find something that I looked forward to doing, and that's kind of how we stumbled upon CrossFit.
And so 75 hard, you made it through the full 75 days?
We did.
Really?
Yeah,
that's pretty difficult to do that. 2 workouts a day, get outside, water, the whole nine.
It was very difficult.
I think we definitely had ups and downs in our fitness journey. So we both played sports in high school, and then we got to college, we weren't playing sports anymore. And a couple years go by, and you realize you're not in the best shape anymore. And we looked at each other and we said, let's try 75 hard. So
Yeah.
January 1st, we started it
Mhm.
and we completed the full thing, and then kind of led to a fitness journey for us, and we got back in shape. And since then, we've had some ups and downs, and I think finding CrossFit has
Mhm.
been great for both of us.
Yeah.
And so when you finished up 75 hard and then figured out, okay, let's identify what a consistent lifestyle could look like. You mentioned Planet Fitness as not as much as we'd like it to be, eating and things like that. What were some of the things that you were searching for, looking for in a gym home as you navigated that journey? Because I know a lot of people are out there like, hey, I've tried a variety of things, different methods.
Yeah.
Like, what were you all looking for when you were trying to figure out what was right for you?
For me, consistency. I think consistency and accountability are what I've found here, because when you're doing things on your own, you're doing your own programming, you're doing your own lifting. It was hard for us to stay consistent. There would be a day where she didn't want to go or a day I didn't want to go, and we would make the decision together. Hey, we're not going today. And I think here, having a group of people to help hold you accountable, you sign up for a class, and to yourself, you're accountable as well to just show up and perform through the class.
Yeah. For me, it was more like the class aspect. Like I said, I was not accountable for myself, and I could easily persuade Kyle on days to like, hey, let's not go. But here, having that class aspect and like the other people in the class are kind of there for you and to push you, and the coaches was something that I was looking for to push me a little bit more.
Yeah. Had you ever done CrossFit, or what were some of your preconceived notions around it as you were looking and then found greater culture?
One of his best friends, Micaiah, actually has been talking to us about CrossFit for years. Very long time, like all the times, like just do it. And we'd be like, can you please stop talking about CrossFit? Like, we don't want to hear it.
Fits the stereotype of a CrossFitter. You have to mention you do CrossFit in any social situation. So, yeah.
And then my brother, who lives in Georgia, started it probably 8 months before we did. And he was like, I'm hooked. Like, you've got to start it. So it was kind of the combination of those two people. And we were like, and they're both like big influences in our life. So we were like, okay, we should probably trust them to try out CrossFit.
Yeah. Same kind of. Yeah. Well, when you got the opportunity to connect then and come in for the free trial and test out some of the classes, what were some of your initial thoughts or experiences? Because I know people have a wide range of like, that's intense, or they're lifting weights, or oh, well, am I breathing really heavy? Everybody's laying on the floor. Some people are taking their shirts off. Like, what is going on? Yeah. What were some of your initial experiences when you came?
I think for me, even the first class, like we just felt comfortable. It was, going into it, I thought it was, who can lift the most and who can run the fastest and all those types of things. And really what I learned in that trial period is it's okay to scale. It's okay to, have an off day and still come out and be active. And we just felt comfortable. There was no pressure. It was, hey, let me help you with that. Let me teach you how to do that, all that kind of stuff. And, just the community, both coaches as well as other peers in the class, I think made us feel welcomed. And I thought that was what kind of drew us back in to come back.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The community piece. And so as you're beginning that entry into the CrossFit space, a lot of movements, a lot of different opportunities to lift weight and run and do all the different things. How did you feel like the adjustment period went from doing some of the things you were maybe familiar with at Planet Fitness or even 75 Hard to now working into this style of fitness with the group aspect?
Yeah. I think it definitely was challenging, but I didn't ever find it like unbearable or something like I couldn't do. Like Kyle said, it's very scalable. And the coaches are very good about like, you should scale this, or, maybe this is a better option if this is feeling tight today. And I remember one of the first times we ran, and I hate running. I still do. I had like the meanest cramp in my side, and I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. And Billy was like, you need to do this today. You need to do this, and you need to do this. And I was like, wow, it's like awesome that they're following up with this. So that made the adjustment period easier for me.
Yeah. I think everything's scalable, which is great to learn when we came in, because I remember thinking, hey, I can't do a pull-up. What am I going to do when it comes to pull-ups? And there's scalable options for every lift and every workout. And I just felt that was great, because you can come in and even if you can't do something, there is still a way for you to get a workout in. And I thought that was what fit me.
And that definitely made the adjustment period easier, is having all the scalable options, because pull-ups is a great example. It's very like an overwhelming task. if you can't do it, but with all the scale options, it doesn't feel that bad when you're in there.
Yeah, and a lot of variety, a lot of different ways you can continue to build your fitness. And so I was trying to remember how long you all have been coming here. So do you remember how long you've been here now?
Just over a year.
Just over
a year now, right?
I think September was a year.
Yeah. And so it's incredible to see, the changes over the course of a year from what you're able to do and lift in the gym to the way you look and the way you feel. So what are some of the changes you've noticed over the last year since coming here?
Definitely my confidence. I feel like that's a big one. I just feel more confident all around. I feel a lot stronger physically, and I feel like that flows over into like my mental state as well. Just all around feeling a lot stronger and a lot more confident in who I am.
Yeah, I just feel better. I think energy-wise, I feel like I wake up, I have a lot of energy. Those were things that I was missing when we were just doing something on our own. We weren't, we were doing a certain lift or just running on the treadmill. And I feel like we've gotten so many different workouts where I feel different parts of my body getting stronger. For me, even gymnastics was something that I never did. And, I feel more flexible. And every time I do a new workout, I just feel more comfortable in gymnastics or being flexible and different things like that. So,
yeah, I think the confidence piece is one we hear a lot of. It's amazing what physically being capable does to life outside the gym and how they go hand in hand. And hearing that you're not as sore as you might have thought and feel like you got energy. I know for CrossFitters too, they're always like, I do the workout, I'm ready to just go crash and do nothing. So it's good to find that balance a little bit.
Good.
So what are some of your favorite things that when you see it programmed or a movement or a type of workout comes up that you get more excited than usual to go into the gym?
I love wall walks.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up a competitive cheerleader. So I was tumbling all of the time. And obviously that's something I've not done since probably 18, 19. So doing the wall walks kind of gives me that aspect of being upside down again. So I love wall walks.
That might be the first person to say wall walk. So
I enjoy
that's
them.
great. It's unique.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think for me, it's anytime I see a barbell, something with a barbell, front squats, back squats. Those are probably my favorite. But I love getting the barbell out and just moving weight around.
Yeah, and recently we had a powerlifting style meet, so it was really fun to get weight on the barbell and see. And so, yeah, being able to move weight, something that it seems easy for you. I know it's not, but it seems easy when you get some weight on the bar. So we'll flip it then. And what are some of the things that when you see programmed, you're like, I don't want to go, but I guess I will go today?
Running for sure. Running is always hard for me.
Any distance?
Yeah, probably.
Pretty much short, maybe long.
I don't mind the shuttle runs. Those are okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime I see the 400 meters or longer,
I'm
like probably that and wall balls. Wall balls are pretty difficult for me.
The squat press combo.
Yeah.
Burpees.
Yeah.
Burpees is my enemy.
The worst part is we see them every single week too. It's like it doesn't matter. It's not a week at CrossFit if you didn't do a burpee of some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Yeah. And so when you start to think about, where you're at now and where you started and that journey, when you think about back to where you started, and if you were to give words of wisdom or share some insights with somebody who's maybe curious or interested, maybe intimidated or scared to walk into a CrossFit gym or jump into some group classes, what are some things that you might share with that person?
I mean, I would say at the end of the day, just do it. Just go. Do it, give it a shot. Like we said earlier, it's everything's scalable. And if you feel uncomfortable or you don't have the confidence to know if you're going to be able to complete something, everything's scalable. There's a workout for everybody. And I think that just the community aspect and the motivation and all of those things play a part in why we've kept coming back. And, I would say just do it, give it a shot.
I would say it's so worth it. I think it's scary and intimidating, but you get so much more out of it than just the physical aspect. Like we mentioned community a lot, but the community here is great. Like Kyle golfs with you guys all the time, and we hang out with people outside of here, and we've made like true friends outside of here. So it's so worth it because it helps your physical, your mental, but you also get like so much more out of it than just growing stronger.
Yeah, it's amazing how you usually come in for the personal, individual fitness and improving that, and all of a sudden you get the social and the community aspect, and it's what keeps you coming back time after time. So last question for you. When you start to think about your favorite thing or some of your favorite things about being a part of greater culture here, anything come to mind for you for that?
Yeah, I think, we've already said it, but community is certainly a big part of that. We look forward to coming.
Mhm.
This is coming to class, and we usually come to the evening class. I think that's my favorite part of the day. It's what I look forward to. Whether it's catching up with somebody that's in the class or, just getting the workout in before going home for the day. That's what I look forward to, and it's my favorite part of the day.
Yeah. We just love greater culture. We love everything about it. We brag about it like every chance we can get to anyone who will listen.
You truly become CrossFitters now. You talk
We
about
truly
it.
have. Yeah. But it's really great, from the coaches to the members to the programming. Everything about it is just so welcoming. And yeah, we love greater culture.
Yeah, well, we certainly have loved having you both here over the last year, and it's so much fun to see the growth and development from the physical side inside the gym to what's going on outside the gym to, like you said, getting a chance to hang out and golf and do all the fun social things and see how people have some smiles on their faces along the way. So, one, want to say thanks for being awesome members. Two, thanks for being on the podcast, sharing your story and letting people know a little bit more about you. And so we look forward to seeing you in the gym.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.